everybody. Welcome to Mobile Images Red. I'm Mike, also known as Mystery Oceans on Instagram and Mobile Images Red on Twitter.
I'm Alan, also known as Saint Alan James on Instagram.
Yeah, so welcome to Mobile Images Red episode 3. We're talking news right now, and then we're going to get into some post-MCU Spider-Man Far From Home news. So, how you doing, Alan?
Pretty good. Just working out, going to school. Just pretty much that's it.
Yeah, I'm working on some new cartoons. I'm going to be coming to you guys next week to let you guys know about what's going on.
Putting out new content. That's good.
Yeah, and I want to make more of these videos, so come to you guys more often.
Gotta give the people what they like.
Yeah. So let's get right into some news. Watchmen. So we've got a new Watchmen show on HBO, and it's set 30 years after the original Watchmen by Alan Moore. And Alan just saw the trailer, so what do you think? What's your first impressions?
I mean, I think it looks really good. I'm interested in it. I love the original Watchmen, the comic book a lot more than the movie, and I'm in
the movie. I think it's set in that universe. Yeah, but honestly, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. I haven't really looked up what this show's gonna be about yet, so I'm kind of.
So you had like a very first
impression. That was my first impression to it. Besides like a 10-second teaser that I saw before Game of Thrones, but I'm like,
what do you think of all the army of Rorschachs?
I love it. Rorschach is awesome. He's like. Let's see. Rorschach is probably the best character.
That's kind of going in that direction, like.
You know what? It makes sense if it's going to be because at the end of the comic book, he gives them.
Yeah, he gives them the book.
Yeah, he gives the book. So it makes sense that if they're going to make an army of someone, it's going to be Rorschach.
So it's like they're maybe like their conspiracy theories.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like radicalized at this point.
Yeah, so they're it's like how the Dark Knight has the army of the Batman. You know, so it's going to be the same thing where like he's the symbol, he's the one that everyone's trying to go for.
Okay. In terms of because there was only one real superhero in that show, right? There were in Watchmen originally there was just Dr. Manhattan. He was the only one with superpowers.
The only one with powers, yeah.
So so this is basically I mean, they haven't really given any indication. They didn't show anything glowing blue that there's going to be any Dr. Manhattan. But
they're gonna have to.
I think visually, I think this one is a sequel to the movie and the comic at the same. Like, I don't know. Here's to say, if it was a squid, like it is in the comic book,
I'm more interested in the squid and the alien invasion than I am the nuclear bombs.
I don't like that.
I didn't care for it.
Well, I mean, you know why they did it? They did it to tie it up better. But it's just
I get that, but
honestly,
I'm really into the squids and the invasion.
I think like if there hadn't been a Watchmen movie, then the Watchmen show we'd be getting right now would be the actual version, and we would see the squid. We would see the because did you see that they even had the Black Freighters clips in there, the pirate stuff. Yeah, it was very quick. They showed the black flag with the golden.
But they didn't even touch on that in the movies.
Oh yeah, well on the DVD they did a whole animated like 40-minute. It was directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the movie itself. They didn't touch on that. Like the comic book had it.
Oh, because they didn't have time to do it.
Yeah,
but I mean Zack Snyder still directed a what is it called? The Curse of the Black Freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Have you seen it?
I didn't know he did that.
It's like 40 minutes long. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's just as brutal as the comic, because in the comic, all his crew gets like eaten, and then the remaining crew is like drifting on plywood, and they all start getting like gangrene and shit. Crazy. What a good Curse of the Black Freighter. Yeah. Okay, and then speaking of Zack Snyder, yeah, you were telling me.
So I was saying something about Comic-Con. They're gonna announce either the Snyder Cut. They're going to announce something. No one really knows what it is, but people are speculating it's either going to be the Snyder Cut or Man of Steel 2.
We're talking about this Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Before, Zack Snyder unfortunately had to pull out of Justice League so that he could deal with his family, like he had a tragedy in his family.
He's been showing clips and like stills.
Ray Fisher just posted a clip of that football scene, the one that he was in.
And Zack Snyder's saying the movie is done, and he even said he has copies of it.
Well. Originally, so he had shown Justice League to the execs, and apparently, because when he showed them the early cut of Batman vs Superman, he got praises from the execs, and then he showed them an early cut of Justice League, and since already the internet was already trolling for some reason on Batman vs Superman, even though it's like yes, it has its problems. I love that movie.
I like that movie because I love the characters, but at the same time, it definitely has its issues.
There are. But what I'm saying is that like Justice League through that vision should have been better than what we got. Like some tonally awkward Justice League.
Joss Whedon just doesn't understand the characters. He wants everything to be a comedy. The way he did Batman was just dirty. Like you don't make Batman into a joke. You know?
Well,
I wasn't too.
Joss Whedon made him into a joke.
That's what I'm saying. Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
I wasn't too. From what I heard about the Zack Snyder cut, though, it was like there's like a suicidal Batman who wanted to die. I'm not big on that either.
Well, it's also got apparently Superman is the bad guy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I heard about. Well,
I want to see Darkseid.
Well, what I've heard was that he explained the trilogy to who? What's that?
He was at MovieCon.
Yeah, but he explained it to Kevin.
Oh, he gave it to Kevin Smith.
Yeah, and he said like the first one it was going to be them losing. The second one they were going to go to Apocalypse and really lose, and in the third one they were finally going to pull it out.
It was going to be that nightmare scenario.
Yeah, but he said that the scene in the trailer where he's like, "Oh, Batman said you," Batman was like, Alfred is like, "Oh, he said you'd come," and that was supposed to be your lantern, and it was.
No, I think that maybe.
Well, why would it make? It wouldn't make any sense if Superman's evil. It wouldn't make any sense. So you're saying you're coming. He would have killed Alfred.
Well, yeah, because what I've read for the Zack Snyder cut is that at one point, Batman is on his porch like at night. I guess he's drinking before this all goes down. He gets visited by Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
He gets visited by Kilowog, who's the big bulky.
Yeah, the big buff one.
Yeah, and I think he gets visited by Tomar Ray, who's He's the chicken-looking one with the mohawk.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to see them, and we do see kind of like a prototype to Abin Sur in the fight in the
flashback fight.
So we did get Green Lantern, but there was supposed to be way more Green Lantern. Yeah. So it's like it wasn't supposed to be like just a throwaway, hey, Green Lanterns. It was supposed to be like, hey, look, they're actually part of the team. Like we'll feel their presence.
And then the actual Green Lanterns. And then the whole Unite the stuff would have made sense.
Unite the Seven, yeah.
That would have made sense.
Then it would have had it would have been 2 Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
But what do you think? I mean, maybe one of them.
I'm sure one of them would have. I wouldn't say one of them would have died, but knowing Zack
Snyder.
Well, yeah,
because they're too essential.
Knowing Zack Snyder would have.
Oh no, he killed Jimmy Olsen.
I know, but that was a joke. I didn't like that at all. That's one of the things. Zack Snyder he's too edgy, you know. But the whole Batman killing people, I'm not into that. Yeah, I'm not into Batman killing people at all. If people die,
but I mean, he's not he's not really hacking them up and he's just fighting. He's not killing. Okay, think about it.
Well, even in Watchmen, Rorschach doesn't put a butcher's knife through that guy's head.
I know that they say that, but he does. In the comics, he kills him.
He kills him. But it's from like a gas line explosion or something.
No, he kills him like some. That's the way. Yes, he does.
He doesn't.
I remember. It's a whole panel, and then he looks down at the dog. Oh no, wait. He kills the dog like that.
Yeah, he goes.
He kills the dogs like that because it shows that scene where the dog is split in the middle.
I don't remember the dog, but I do know he didn't kill the guy by putting a butcher's knife through his head like that.
I don't remember. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I know that that's one of the big criticisms of Watchmen is that happened, but I swear because I remember when I watched the movie, I didn't think obviously there isn't that scene where Night Owl is breaking people's arms and
Okay, yeah, so there's not the scene where he's breaking everyone's arms in the alley. That's when he gets hard again or something like that.
Yeah,
when he's
finally, because
he can finally do it after just demolishing a bunch of dudes.
It's like I saw a meme that it's like all the awkward kids who had to watch this with their parents.
Yeah, but Zack Snyder.
They're having sex and they press the buttons on the
and it shoots out the flame.
Is that in the comic? I think it's.
I think they're having sex in the blimp parts in the comics, but everything.
No, it's definitely in the comics.
And then him not being able to get hard is in the comics.
No, wait, they don't have sex on the blimp.
Yeah, they do.
No, they have sex in the. They come back. They might have sex after they do I think you're right. But they first have sex on the couch. In the comic, because he's like she goes to his house first, and they're like.
No, but I remember it being where he can't get it up. I do remember that.
Oh yeah, that is that scene. That's the scene. Okay, so that's the scene.
But they didn't just go down there and brutalize a whole bunch of thugs. And Brian's like, I could do it again. You know.
Okay.
But Zack Snyder. That's what I'm hearing. I'm interested in a Zack Snyder cut because Joss Whedon just.
Well, I just want to see a better Justice League. Honestly.
Yeah, it's just Joss Whedon destroyed it. You know.
Well, and plus,
I still like it because it's still
the fake mustache Superman, and then the fat Ben Affleck too.
Yeah, he did get noticeably bigger.
You know,
I still like the original Justice League just because I'm a fan.
I mean, I like it. Yeah,
I'm a fanboy. You know, so whatever you pump out there, I didn't even really care. I didn't even think the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern was as bad as everyone said. But I'm just a fanboy. I know it's bad, but I'm a fanboy.
Yeah. I mean, like we were just discussing before this, I love Batman Forever. That's I was like, all the original ones, I mean, they all have a really close place in my heart, but Batman Forever, I think with the McDonald's cups and the way it came out, it stands as
I do remember
that's my Batman.
I do remember those were the first.
Even though I love the Dark Knight, you know.
I do remember those were the first Batman toys I got, or from those kind of movies.
Yeah. Oh, remember those cups? I still have a few of those cups. The clear ones.
I didn't go to McDonald's back then.
No.
I wasn't lucky enough.
But it's funny because Avengers right now they're doing this McDonald's promotion.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like you remember when they did the little Beanie Babies and then everyone was like going crazy trying to get all look like little Beanie Babies. It's kind of like that. They're all like a uniform line of I'll put them in there too right here.
Yeah, they're cool. I think they're cool. I like them. I do like them. They're like little Funko Pops.
Statuettes.
Yeah, but like not really Funko Pops, but kind of Funko Pops.
But like but I like that they're all like you can like they're not like one size and one guy's doing like a punch and one guy's like
and then they can clip together too, so you can just stack them.
The other group, the ones the group that I'm not getting is the spacesuit ones or the quantum dome suits. You can turn them all, you can line them all up. So I'm pretty sure it would look cool like at night.
It would still look cool. I just like the actual their suits.
Yeah, the normal regular suits. Yeah. Suits. Okay. They just announced Disney just announced their slate for Star Wars actually, and at the same time so there's a Star Wars movie coming out in 2022, 2024, and 2027. I might actually be wrong about those dates, but I know that they're alternating release dates with Avatar. So we're gonna get the next Avatar in 2021. And then the next one after that in 2023. And they might actually just come out year after another. But you're about to get a whole slew of Avatar movies. How do you feel about that?
The first one isn't good at all.
I mean, it was good back then. No,
the effects are amazing.
Yeah, the first 3D movie.
The effects are amazing, but the story in the movie is just... I've only seen that movie once, and I did not like it. I was like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Why am I watching basically Pocahontas in space?
Yeah, I mean, honestly. But I mean, that wasn't like... Think about when it first came out, the criticism wasn't really there for that.
It wasn't just because I think
it was just like it knocked people out of the park.
Yeah, let's say I think the CG and all that
and honestly,
3D blew people's
like
minds.
If I look at James Cameron movies, like and I look at like Titanic, if I took the big
Titanic's actually a good movie, but Titanic's actually a good movie.
I'll take his big three money makers. Yeah. So we got Avatar, which broke. This is the first movie to break $2 billion. I think.
Yeah.
Then
it's still the top.
Well, Avengers is about to take it.
Yeah,
Avengers is about to overtake
and it deserves to take it.
Yeah,
Avengers was great.
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, I mean,
love
way
Endgame.
Better than Avatar.
Yeah, but I in general I love Endgame. I think
so
Endgame
good.
was
I've seen Endgame 3 times.
I think Endgame was better than
We're definitely gonna talk Endgame. So
yeah, I think Endgame was better than Infinity Wars. So
yeah, no, Infinity. I mean, enjoyability. Like Infinity War is kind of like watching the Battle of Winterfell. It's like because you're like they're fighting the entire time and you're kind of like
but it's at the same time too.
But Endgame is like a total culmination.
Yeah, Endgame was just so much fan service and so much of what I wanted to see. Everything that happened in it was just like references from what's happened in the past and closing. It was a perfect closeout to what we've seen for the MCU.
Yeah, so we were talking. So I was comparing Avatar to Avatar, Titanic, and T2. And
T2.
Yeah, if you take Titanic out of there, Avatar and T2 have a certain feel. Like they almost have like a similar. Like even actually I forgot to mention his other big movie, Aliens. Well, he directed Terminator 1, but he also did Aliens. Number 2, the one with the one.
Aliens
yeah,
too?
number 2.
Oh.
First one's Ridley Scott, and the second one is James Cameron.
I thought they were both. I thought it was all Ridley Scott.
No. Well, Ridley Scott produces it, but James Cameron is the one that came in and he's like Alien Queen, Marines. Like, so it's like and it's funny because in Terminator 2, Bill Paxton's character he's like, what is this, just another bug hunt? Like, so what are they fighting before?
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly.
So I think there might, I don't know if there's any, because I know that Prometheus and Prometheus and Blade Runner share the same Weyland-Yutani. So I'm wondering if perhaps maybe Aliens. Well, because there was also some Terminator hints too that they all might be connected to Terminator as well.
Yeah.
But Avatar definitely has that Terminator 2 like feel, like, and Aliens look and feel. Like I mean, obviously I mean, not the movie wise, but the look and the aesthetics of all the robots, the armors, the guns, like it has that.
It's
look.
just I know, but I just T2 is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly, I need to go back and watch Terminator 2, but I think that's in a lot of people. It's like number 1 blockbuster of all time.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, I need to and
it put Arnold really on the map. And we just have to think that because I freaking love Arnold Schwarzenegger so much.
I mean, I like Terminator 1, but Terminator 1's more of like a slasher film.
Terminator 1 is just,
and like the second one is really where
Terminator 1's still great, and it gives us a lot of good Arnold, but T2 just storyline and really just explaining the future and all that.
So you're not pumped for any Avatar movies?
No, not at all. No. I'll never
not the next one that's going to be underwater.
I'll never be pumped for an Avatar
the next one that's like his family. And so it's like apparently what we're getting is he's going to raise his family. Yeah. He's going to...
I'm not pumped for that. No. I couldn't be farther.
That's where Gamora comes from. What's her name?
Zoe
Saldana.
Yeah.
So she's back in the game, and so is.
And, I didn't realize that because I didn't like Avatar at all, and I didn't realize that was her.
So yeah. Well, because you didn't look at you.
Yeah. Well, it kind of does, but it doesn't. But I didn't realize that was her until I saw a meme on Facebook, and I was like,
oh, she's wearing the thing. Yeah.
You know what else came out this week?
The Sonic.
Oh my god,
that looks terrible.
What are they thinking?
I mean, the poster they showed a long time ago.
I know. Terrible, yeah, that should have been indicated. They were like, no, let's let it slide. Don't worry, people are gonna like this.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they thought we wanted that movie or we needed.
It's crazy. The internet rallied behind like this is what we want.
You saw people just talking how bad his teeth looked, and he had fingernails too.
No, okay. I woke up in the morning and I saw, it was like, there was Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, and I was like, whoa, what? And I'm sitting there, this is my very first impression of this movie, like, well, besides the whole posters before, but I was even giving it the benefit of the doubt, even though I saw this design months ago, and, like, I knew this was what it was going to be, but I finally saw it in motion. I'm watching the movie, I'm like, okay, this is this design, this is what I expect from this movie. I'm like, I start seeing him, and then he starts, like, the scene where James Marsden opens up the cabin, and he's like, ah! And he sees the Sonic, and then Sonic's like, he screams, but it's like, Sonic's all like, like, what are you thinking? Like, he's like moving his mouth, like,
I don't know what they were thinking. It's like, you know what? I do like James. I like James Marsden a lot. He'll always be my Cyclops, and I love Jim Carrey. But it's like they can't save.
You know, it's supposed to be Chris Pratt over James Marsden.
Was it really?
Yeah, there was actually the original poster of the movie actually had Chris Pratt in, like, the poster that you're talking about, the one where Sonic's in the backseat with his speed up. Yeah. Like, originally that was Chris Pratt.
And he's just like, I can't be in this.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm sorry, I'm good.
It's like, Jim Carrey's in this?
No, I don't know how they got Jim Carrey.
Were we talking about this last week? I think we were talking a little bit about this, right? Though, or no, I don't think we were talking that much about
that. I don't know how they got Jim Carrey in it, though. Like, I don't know what they did to sign Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's like, yeah, I've been in a lot of series.
No, we were talking about this in person, but we didn't get it on film.
Yeah. What's great is that Jim Carrey has been doing a bunch of serious roles, and now we're getting 1990s detective series. Like, count what?
You count that weird. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know, but like from what my impression, his little Mr. Rogers show on.
Yeah, I mean, but that was still a serious take of a thing. Like, he was he was acting the way that guy.
Apparently, he's with Ariana Grande.
He's not with Ariana Grande.
I don't know if she's with it, but she did say, like,
she said that was her crush when she was young. But
but she saw that it was posted. She said about Coachella. She's like,
they just tweeted each other. They're not banging, bro. There's no way.
But yeah, you think it's one of those things where Jim Carrey just came in, like Tom Cruise in The Mummy, and just took over the whole. This is what we were talking about in person.
It has to be.
You think he just came in there?
I don't think anyone who's involved in Sonic the Hedgehog could tell Jim Carrey not to do things.
Yeah, right.
I don't think there's anyone in there that says, like, "Whoa, Jim Carrey, calm down. I'm directing Sonic."
One thing I like is that scene where he's talking about, "Is that all you got?" And then he's sitting in that console with all the holographic like missiles and stuff, and he's got a little red UFO around his face, like kind of like he's like sitting in that UFO. So it's kind of like it harkens back to the games. Like,
what's weird too is like the gold coin, the gold.
Oh yeah, it's for teleports and stuff.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I mean, you want to kind of rope that in. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a dumb video game movie, like.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
But like, you want to like, because so you look at the elements that make Sonic. So you're like Sonic, coins, Eggman, and high speed.
Well, not even just that though, but you need to have like the woodland animals turning into robots.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know how he's gonna work that in there.
Well, I think Sonic's supposed to be like a multi-dimensional being in this. Like they're trying to make it like real.
Well, he did say something about like, I have to save this world now or something like that.
So it's like applied for somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they're also like they're like Eggman's looking at the piece of his hair and he's like, "Where's this from?"
Yeah, and then he gets electrocuted.
But yeah, that design. So
hey, he looks great though. At the end of it.
Eggman looks good.
He puts the goggles on, his things out.
He's bald and he's got the big mustache.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, like he's got the charisma for it too. Because Eggman isn't like he's a serious, scary bad guy, but he's kind of got like that Jim Carrey to him. Like if you look at Bowser, like Bowser is kind of that, but like I feel like the Eggman personality is more solidified to us. Like it's been sold to us.
I mean, Bowser just doesn't really in the games. He doesn't really have a personality. He's just still the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Eggman has more of a personality. Even though throughout this whole time.
Yeah, because Bowser
or Dr. Robotnik. Sorry.
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik.
Well, I mean, we can call it either way.
Yeah, but like if we're going like
so to you it's Dr. Robotnik this whole time.
Huh?
So to you, you know, that's like if you think because he's got a bunch of different names. So if you look at him, you're like, that's
well, I mean, I usually think Eggman.
Eggman,
honestly.
yeah. Honestly, Eggman was one of those things till like I heard till like I was older and I'm like, what is this?
Really? No, that's usually what I think. And then I remember someone was like Dr. Robotnik, and for a minute I was like, who are you talking about? And I was like, oh, okay.
Do you remember Sonic CD? There was like it was like in the 90s. There was like a cool little promotion from Jack in the Box. They were giving out Sega games, and one of the Sega games they gave out was it's called Sonic CD. It was like a disc, and it's basically like Sonic. It's like one of those Sonic games on the Genesis, but it was like on the computer.
I don't remember.
I love that game. Sonic CD.
When I was younger, I didn't really get to go to fast food places. Yeah. My dad's like, no, we're not doing that. So
well,
I used to
probably did better.
I know. When I got fast food, it was always Taco Bell, and Taco Bell didn't have anything cool like that.
I mean, they had that Godzilla, and
I remember
the Chihuahuas.
I remember Burger King had Pokemon things, the balls, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, and that's always what I wanted, but I never got it. No, I would never get it, but I was like, I just want that.
We made my family get up and like go. We strived in a line. Like that's what I'm saying. This Avengers thing is kind of reminding me of like that Pokemon, like that in the Beanie Babies, because we were in that line. I just remember the line was super long. It was, and people were just getting that.
Yeah.
No, you didn't know what was in the Pokemon.
I just always remember wanting the Pokemon. Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know what was in it.
I don't know. I remember wanting that, and I remember my aunt took me because my cousin would always eat fast food. So she's like, "Where you guys want to go?" And they're like, "Burger King."
Yeah, we want to get one.
That's the only time I ever got one.
And you got one?
Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever. I think I got a Gyarados or something.
Gyarados, yeah.
I remember something.
I didn't go that much.
I remember also too was like you would open it, and there was like a gold plated thing too.
No. That was okay. So remember we were talking about the McDonald's.
One of them was you would get the stuffed animal, and one of them was a gold plated thing. What was the gold plated?
No. The gold plated thing was a bigger Pokeball that you could buy from them.
Yeah.
And it came in like a holographic Pokeball. It was like an egg. Remember how I was telling you about the McDonald's the cups?
Yeah.
So this is like a premium item that you can buy over the thing.
Yeah.
And there was 4 of them, and they were in this Pokeball, and it was a shiny Pokeball. You get it in a box, right?
Yeah.
And the Pokeball opens it up, and there was a gold coin with a description on the back. It was for, I believe it was Pikachu, Mewtwo, Poliwhirl, because I know I have the Poliwhirl in my house, and I know there was 4 of them.
I remember I got one of those too, and I got both of those the one time I went, and I was the most.
That wasn't a Happy Meal toy. That was something you had to buy extra.
No, I know, but I remember the Happy Meal toy, and I remember
my parents never bought me that one. I had to get it. I got it later.
No, I remember getting both of those, and then I went to my aunt because my aunt was a dental assistant. I went there, and I was just like the happiest kid in the world. I was like, it's just the coolest thing.
Yeah, honestly, and I think I do remember those from when we were kids. I remember seeing yours.
Yeah.
But honestly, those are worth a lot of money now too.
I wish I knew where mine was. But that was.
I just recently found my Poliwhirl one.
Yeah, I remember that was the coolest thing in the world. When you were a little kid and you got that Pokemon stuff.
Like, you know that right now they have a gold-plated Pikachu. It's made by I think it's made by it's one of those super legit companies. I don't think it's Tiffany's, but it's one of those companies, and I think it's like $5,000, and you get it. It might be less. I think they're worth $5,000 now.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same length, the same thickness of the card.
Yeah.
And it's literally the very first Pikachu card that came out. You know, kind of fat and ugly.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And it's solid gold. Like, but it comes in like a cool little like it's in the middle of the black and in the like a. I don't want to put the picture on there.
Yeah, no.
But it's in the middle of like a black like squared picture frame. So
that's cool. I never saw that.
That just came out recently. And I think they're actually getting a wave. I think they might be getting a wave 2, so there might be like a pre-order. So if you want to try to get on that.
I mean, they're $5,000.
No, I think they come out like the ones now because they only made a certain limited amount of them. So people bought them up and they sold them it's like the Black Panther. Like I went to go try to find a Black Panther the toys.
McDonald's.
And nobody has them. So people are buying them up. And I remember I went to one yesterday, and the lady was like, I was like, hey, do you have Black Panther? She says, no, we sold it. We sold it this morning. Like, we only had one, and we sold it this morning. So I think they're only coming out at one per set.
Super limited edition.
Yeah, so, because it's the chase in the set.
Yeah.
It's just, it's cool. I didn't even know McDonald's did that kind of thing.
Nah, I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic. I'm glad that they rallied behind changing the design.
Sonic looks terrible. I don't care how much they change the design.
Well, no, I think they're going to fix it to,
I mean, they have to make it look like the Sonic from the GameCube, if anything.
I mean, it's got a more aggressive. Like, it's just as long as it, like, because Detective Pikachu looks like Pikachu.
He looks exactly like Pikachu.
And if you look at it, they're basically the same movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're not the same movie, but they're like, it's essentially like a human character and a colorful cartoon character.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's the same concept, but like Detective Pikachu looks great.
But I mean, the Pikachu itself looks great. You know, so it's like, how do you go so far to like I think they were just like, let's reboot this. But even when that scene where he puts on the Coolio and he's doing the
whole scene was just
he's doing the dance, but he's all lanky and shit. I'm like, oh, Sonic does not look good.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know who was the guy. I don't know who they paid that made that. And was like, people are gonna love this.
People are saying that it's a marketing ploy. They
I saw
put out the shit version first.
I saw that because they're like, no one's gonna want to watch. There's someone's like, yeah, what if no one wants to watch it? Like, just release this one, and we can just say we're gonna fix it up. I mean, it would be a huge marketing play, I guess.
I'm hearing it now. I'm like, that works. Hearing it now. Yeah, that Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see it, actually, after it basically got destroyed.
You're talking about the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
Yeah,
Spider-Man Homecoming 2.
Yeah. Homecoming. Homecoming's only cool because Michael Keaton, and honestly, because I love Spider-Man.
The facts that we were talking about last time about the Batman.
Yeah, that's our boy, you know.
But okay, yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Post MCU, so let's so this is like the main part of the episode. So we'll talk, basically how we feel going forward or what's going forward, like,
Yeah. But yeah, so with the Spider-Man, okay, with the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, I mean, it looks good. What's it? Homecoming, it was okay. Wasn't that good of a movie.
Honestly,
they don't show how smart Peter Parker really is in these kind of movies. So I'm hoping that in this one they do, but it looks good, and I love it.
It looked originally like a nothing movie. Like I was texting you, I was like, I thought this movie was like a nothing.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought it was gonna be a before Endgame movie too.
Oh yeah, because you have the
but that would have been like way before Endgame though. Yeah, it would have been it would have the kids and everything. But I'm excited for it. I love the fact that they brought out the multiverse and everything and different Earths and everything. I still think Mysterio is gonna be a villain. I think Mysterio is gonna be a villain.
Obviously.
At this point, I'm not even really sure it's the Elementals. I think it's just him just tricking everybody. Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially because the way that they're titling them. Like, I haven't heard the Rock one be called Sandman yet.
Yeah.
But I know that the water one's called Hydro Man.
Did they say that?
Yes, and the fire one is called Molten Man.
Huh? Maybe it's the Elementals then.
Well, perhaps maybe so now so basically, after, because they say in the trailer the snap tore dimension into but they're not saying which snap.
No.
So.
No, he said Thanos' snap.
Did he say Thanos' snap?
I think he did.
Well, because there's 4 snaps. There's a snap to.
There's a snap to.
There's the original snap.
Yeah, and then the snap to destroy the
stones.
Yeah, and then the snap to bring everyone back. And then the snap to dust everyone.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
So
But I think he said it's Thanos' snap. You know, that's one of the things I don't. Tangenting. But that's one of the things I didn't really care for is that they could destroy the stones. I thought in Infinity War.
Yeah. So I mean, because I think
you need the stones. Like that's just part of. That's just Marvel lore. You need the stones.
You figured they would come and beat him because they're like, he's like, well, yeah. I think he just did it because he wanted to retire too.
No, I get why he did it.
Because he's basically unbeatable.
No. I'm not saying that him destroying it in his plan with his overall plan. Smart. I'm just saying the fact that you can at all. Period. I didn't like that Wanda could do it. I thought it was stupid.
Oh yeah, when she did it in the.
Yeah, I didn't. Well,
she's strong. She's supposed to be strong.
I know, but I don't want to hear any. She's.
You don't want to hear any about it.
No. Wanda is stronger in the comics than she is.
I know.
But that's not what I'm saying. I don't want to hear that she's strong. I know she's strong. I'm not doubting that she's strong. I'm saying I don't want to hear that anyone can destroy the stones. I don't want to hear that. Because she's strong. She can destroy stones. I don't want to hear because Thanos had all the stones.
Because it's basically because one of the big criticisms I've heard is that. No, everyone's talking about how they're holding all these stones, when in like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, they had to
you couldn't even touch it.
So it's like how you got people holding. Well, it's also like Hawkeye already made the sacrifice, but.
But I just don't like that you can't destroy the stones. Period. Like that's no. I don't care who does it. I don't care how it's done. You can't destroy the stones, and that's why I didn't really care for that. But yeah, I just don't care that they destroyed the stones. That was one of the big things I didn't like in Infinity War, and that's. And that's what made Endgame kind of have to have the whole movie because
because you had to destroy it. Well, I think so. Well,
I love Endgame and I love Infinity
War. That's why
they
had to do it in Infinity War. Yeah. So it's like it showed you that they can be destroyed.
I don't know. I just didn't like that they can't be destroyed. I don't think they should be able to ever be destroyed.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the comics, they take on a life of their own.
You can't destroy them.
Yeah.
So that's what.
But I mean, in the comics, the Infinity Gauntlet isn't even the craziest thing of all things.
Yeah, but eventually it'll start to show.
In the DC universe, they have something. It's not the Infinity Gauntlet. It's called, what is that machine that Superman has? It's called the Wishing Machine or something like that. It's like
the Wishing Machine.
Yeah, he's got like an ultimate crazy weapon that's like, it seems like it could be crazier than the Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't know.
It's I think it's called the Quantum Nullifier or the Great Nullifier.
No, you're thinking of the Nullifier is the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah. They have yeah. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
The
Fantastic Four. The I think it's called the Ultimate Nullifier, and it can just like erase things from existence. Yeah, it can just erase things from existence. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think anything can destroy the stones. I don't think those.
Well, the stones in the movies aren't even the same way that they are, and like. Because in the comic books, you can put the Infinity Gauntlet on and you're basically protected. Like, you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care. I didn't really care for that either.
The radiation, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care. I thought that was kind of dumb.
Well, it's also like, because since Iron Man would play by the rules of the real universe.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you think about it, like, you're not going to be someone who can just absorb an amount of radiation.
And also, like Thanos, when he first did the snap, that's not what hurt him. The snap that hurt him was destroying the stones.
Yeah.
Because at the end of Infinity War, he didn't have a shrunken in arm and like walking like that. He was fine.
Yeah. From when he first used it.
Yeah. So
but even the gauntlets, like, because it's one. The
gauntlet,
but they don't address that in Infinity War.
They didn't address that at all. Yeah, because like the gauntlet was fried in Wakanda, and then in Endgame it wasn't in Wakanda at all. But I'm just saying, like, when Thanos first snapped, he didn't hurt himself. The gauntlet was destroyed, and it looks like the stones were destroyed. But he didn't hurt himself. So I'm just saying, like...
Well, they said that the directors had to come out and clarify, because obviously people are talking about this, and they said that the stones aren't destroyed. And even Thanos says it. It's like, I think they've been breaking down to their atomic composition. So somebody can essentially build them back up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said. That's why I thought one of the things in the Endgame was going to be Ant-Man having to shrink down to, like, the quantum realm and find them.
You know?
That's what I thought he was going to do.
Oh,
like,
no,
I thought there was still going to be time travel and everything, but when he said that, I thought he was
Do you remember everyone, they were talking about, there was supposed to be that thing that he uses in Civil War, the memory thing the Iron Man uses, the BARF, it's that little thing where he sees himself back in time.
Yeah.
They were saying that was going to factor into all this too, and the directors are hyped. You know what's another thing that didn't show up in this movie either? That was teased was the photon cannon for War Machine. I don't know if you saw there was like a bunch of behind the scenes footage for this next movie. Like, well, it wasn't really behind the scenes footage. It was like John Cheadle like posted like a picture of like, it looked like the photon cannon from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the big cannon. Yeah. I want to put that in there too.
Yeah.
But they apparently that was supposed to be in there, and I only realized that yesterday that wasn't in there.
I didn't know that was supposed to be in there.
I think maybe it's probably in it. Well, because you know that they shot like apparently. Well, we even talked about this in the last one. They shot alternate scenes.
Yeah. So I didn't know that was supposed to be in there. That would have been dope if that was in there.
The photon cannon. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get back to Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, but we were talking about the snap. So Spider-Man, so it's set in a post. So this is going to be our first look at the MCU post. Well, because we got to look at the MCU
post Endgame.
I thought Endgame was going to be like more like right back to back. But Endgame was 5 years later.
Yeah.
So it's like we do have a post MCU already.
Yeah,
so
but at the same time, kinda not
things
really.
It's enough time for things to change. Like, because there's Okoye says in this is because we're doing a post MCU. We're gonna rope a lot of Spider-Man stuff in. Yeah. But Okoye says, how do we handle undersea issues? And they're like, we don't handle.
No. Okoye said we don't handle. Yeah, that might be Namor.
Yeah, no, I think it 100% is Namor. Because so Wakanda is a continent. Well, it's basically the edge of Africa. Yeah. And at the edge of it, apparently at the edge in the comics, Atlantis is literally underneath the sea, right next to Wakanda.
Yeah.
So 5 years. That's enough time for like a full-fledged, like, especially after a snapping.
Well, honestly,
look, because if you're like think about it. So how I feel like 100% Namor has already been set up. Like, that's already 100%. And I think that the snap was a 100% catalyst for that. So it's like you snap and you get rid of the king, who was like a pacifist king that kept everyone underwater, right?
Yeah.
And since
Namor's not a pacifist.
Well, he's a kid. Well, he was a kid 5 years ago. He wasn't an established MCU character, and now he's going to be an established MCU character. Yeah. So it's like, I'm pretty sure if we ever see a Namor movie, we'll see that like he basically rises to power because of the snap.
Yeah, but people are saying,
regardless,
people think that he might be the Black Panther 2 bad guy.
Oh, the next Panther 2 bad guy.
Because he's not really like a good guy. He's a good guy in the comics, but he's not.
Okay, so the thing about Namor, and one thing that people really don't know, it's the same thing with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Is that you can put Hulk in all these movies, but when it comes to like I just showed you this Marvel extended trailer, right?
Yeah.
And in the trailer, when they showed the Incredible Hulk scenes, it's the scenes from the Avengers from the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. And when they show Ross, it's the scene from Civil War. Yeah. The same thing with Spider-Man Homecoming. When you see the scenes for Spider-Man Homecoming, it's the Civil War Spider-Man scenes. Yeah. And so I think what it is it like the rights and the filming in the movies, like MCU proper, Disney MCU can't really make these movies. So you might be on the ball that Black Panther's next bad guy could be.
And it would make sense too.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to make them fight. What, he's gonna man-ape? That's it. Like.
Yeah, no, it would make sense too because when Namor first came in the comics, he was threatening to sink New York or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he might come out and threaten to sink like Wakanda or something.
I'm not sure if that's how his original origin. I think he comes out in Fantastic Four, but Black Panther also comes out in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I know, but Fantastic Four's in New York.
Look. Oh, when they announced their slate, Marvel. Yeah. We're talking post MCU, post Endgame. So Phase 4, Fantastic Four better be prioritized right away. Like I don't care. Yeah. Like you can give us X-Men later and sprinkle a little Wolverine. Yes, I know. Yeah. Obviously.
I want X-Men.
Yes, we want that. But you're talking about a business aspect. Yeah. There better be Black Widow, fine. The shows on Disney Plus, fine, whatever. Okay. Eternals, okay, whatever, fine, But the next movie after that, it better be obviously there's gonna be the sequel sprinkled in, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ant-Man 3, but you better give me Fantastic Four. Yeah. Yeah. And you better hop on that now. I really... don't give me Shang-Chi. Don't give me I don't mean to, I'm sure this is, and he's another character created. I think it's the whole Jim Starlin thing, because Jim Starlin created Thanos, and Thanos is such a lasting character in the MCU. Yeah. They're trying to grab another Jim Starlin character. Yeah. And Shang-Chi is basically the other great, because he was great in the 70s, but he was like that when not in the 70s, but whenever they made him, he was like that kung fu pole.